I know that I probably seem like a distant memory to you, but I am Mr. McElhenney, and I am your math teacher. And what I am doing tonight is a demonstration video for how to make homemade Belgian waffles from scratch. So, I'm going to take you through the process. Everything I need is right here around me, and show you what I do. I make the batter tonight, and then I put the batter in the fridge, and then tomorrow morning take the batter back out and I make waffles for my wife and my daughter. All right, so let's get right to it because it's getting late. I'm going to begin with the let's see, I'll begin with the flour. So I've got flour here, and what I need for this is I need 2 cups of this flour. So I'm going to go ahead and get this over here. All right, so I've got, what I'm using here is a 1/4 cup measuring cup, and just kind of filling that, or using that to fill a 2 cup, or a 1 cup measuring cup here. All right, so I'm going to put that into here. I'll show you what this looks like in a second. And we're going to get a 2nd cup of flour here. All right. So basically, I've got flour in here, and I'm just going to take this strainer and just kind of sort of bounce it up and down, sift that flour a little bit. I know there's a thing you can buy called a sifter, but I don't have one of those. So I'm just using a strainer to sift the flour together as it's going to come through the holes here. And after that, we'll get everything else that we need. All right, so I'd say that's probably pretty good. All right, so that's all I need this for. I'll be right back. All right, so I don't need the sifter for anything else. So I'm going to take some baking powder, not baking soda, but baking powder. Usually comes in a little container like this. And I'm going to put 4 teaspoons. So here's a teaspoon. And just going to put 4 of these into here. Baking powder is good for helping the batter to rise. Makes it nice and high batter. All right, next up, I'm going to use a little bit of salt. The recipe calls for 1/2 teaspoon. I usually just estimate it. That's pretty close to 1/2 teaspoon. All right, and then I'm going to use a 1/4 cup. Oh, it's over here. 1/4 cup of sugar. So got my sugar here, and I'm going to get this 1/4 cup measured out right here. There's the sugar. There it goes. All right, so the flour, baking powder, salt, and the sugar are all together. So I'm going to take this little contraption, this called a whisk. I'm just going to whisk all of this together, get it mixed up nice and evenly. Okay. So this is just whisking this together a little bit, and there we go. All right. So, by the way, that's what it looks like, in case you're wondering. Here we go. Okay. Now, that's all that I need this for now. Okay, now I'm going to take 2 bowls. They're a little bit smaller. One here, one here. And what I'm going to do, this is the tricky part. I'm going to crack 2 eggs. I'm going to put the egg whites into one bowl and the egg yolks into the other bowl. The egg yolks and the egg whites will be separated. So here we go. So it takes a little bit of luck here with this, but that one looks pretty good. Maybe I can get a little bit more there. All right. So when you look there, can I do that? I don't want to drop it. Well, actually, let me put it over here. There's the other bowl. All right. So that is the egg yolk. That's all that is. So that egg yolk goes in here. Let me put these over here. And I'm going to do the same thing again to the other egg. So the other egg, here we go. Going to see all that runny stuff coming out. That's the egg white. And the egg yolk is going to stay in there. All right, so once again, here we go. That is the yolk. I'll show you an aerial view in a second. I gotta wash my hands. Okay, so let's just take a quick peek here. Okay, there is the egg whites right there. And there is the egg yolks. I think you can see them. Maybe, maybe not. Another way to flip this thing. Not really sure how to do it. Well, it doesn't matter. Okay. Well, anyway, so these are the yolks. No, these are the whites here. Can't really see it. Sorry. I don't know what to tell you. Okay, so you got that. Now, I'm going to take, so what I'm taking here is the egg yolks, okay? Oh, look, you can see the yolks there. Okay, so we're going to take the egg yolks, and we're going to add some, all right, this is buttermilk. The recipe calls for milk, but I think buttermilk tastes better, so I use buttermilk. And we're going to take 2 cups of this. Shake it up a little bit. By the way, here's a handy tip. If you're making something that requires buttermilk and you don't have buttermilk, what you can do is take some regular milk and put a couple teaspoons of vinegar into it and mix it up into the milk. And that's a good substitution. All right, so we're going to get 2 cups of this. So here is the first cup. And here is the second cup. There we go, see the buttermilk coming out. There we go. All right, that's good. So now we're going to take also into the same bowl, we're going to mix with that a little bit of oil. This is corn oil. Take a little bit of corn oil, half a cup. All right, hey, it's math time. Ready? I have a 1/4 cup measuring spoon here, measuring cup. I need a half a cup, so I'm going to put 2 of these into here, right? 1/4 plus 1/4 is 1/2. Right? There's math everywhere. You can't get away from it. You can't escape it. You wish you could, but you can't. Alrighty. And a little bit of, just a little, maybe a teaspoon or so of vanilla right here. I don't really measure this either. Let's see. That's pretty close. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this whisk, and I'm going to just mix this up. Not too much, just enough to kind of get it mixed together. The vanilla smells good. All right, so that is ready. All right, now it's time for the fun part. This is my favorite part. So we're going to take these egg yolks, and we are going to, so the egg yolks are in here, and I know it's really hard to see. I apologize for that. I just don't know how to make it so that you can see them. But let's see, can we see them there? Maybe, maybe not. But anyway, it's in there. All right, just the yolks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of this. It's called cream of tartar. Just shaken out a little bit here. And then, again, I just want to remind you, this is, these are just, right? Those are the egg yolks right there. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to beat this with a mixer until it gets kind of stiff. This is basically, if you've ever had lemon meringue pie, this is how they do it. So my mixer, my bowl, I'm going to bring this down. I'll show it to you what it looks like when we're done. Okay, so let's look at this. I'm going to show you just a little bit. So here, see that? It looks a lot different. It looks like, almost looks like it's a, like an icing sort of. Okay, but that's the egg whites. What happened to the egg whites? I don't know. It's like a butterfly, right? The caterpillar goes in the cocoon, comes out like a butterfly. Where did the butterfly go? I have no, or where the caterpillar go? I have no idea. It went away. So did the egg yolks. So I'm going to beat this just a little bit more, and then we'll be ready. All right, now we're almost done. So we've got okay, remember we got the flour mixture. The flour mixture's in here. It's hard to see, but it's in here. Okay, kind of bring it out there a little bit, maybe not. It's hard to see. And then we have the egg yolk mixture with the buttermilk and the vanilla, and then we have the egg white mixture here, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to pour the egg yolk mixture into the flour mixture. And we're going to whisk that up really well. I wish I could get a way to show this to you, but I don't know how to do it. So that's what happens when you don't grow up with technology, right? But what I'm doing here is mixing this up. Going to get it kind of smoothed out a little bit. All right, this smells good. I can smell the vanilla. The vanilla smells good. All right, and then the last thing we do before we put it in the fridge for tonight is we're going to the process is called folding it in. We're gonna add the egg whites just a little bit at a time. We're not gonna add it all together, but the process itself, the cooking term for it is folding in something. In this case, we're folding in the egg whites. So we mix the egg whites into this mixture. They give it the egg whites kind of give it a nice fluffy texture. And once we get that mixed in, we're going to fold in a little bit more. All right, and then we'll mix this up a little bit. And then we'll fold in the last bit. Okay, last bit of the egg whites. There it is. There. And mix this up. Again, those egg whites make it nice and fluffy. We've got everything ready to go. So tomorrow morning what I'll do is I'll put this in the fridge tonight. I'll cover it with some wrap. And I'll put it into the fridge for tonight. And then tomorrow morning I'll take it out and make some waffles. I've got a nice waffle iron that my wife gave me for a gift a few years ago. It's a nice professional grade. And all right, so this is, let's see, hold on 1 second. Again, I don't know how to do this, so I'm just going to see if I can show you here. All right, so this is the finished product right here. And we're going to just cover that up, and then we're going to put it in the fridge. All right, have a great night, everybody. See you later.